Hey guys, how are we doing? Don't worry, guys. It seems that we were shut down potentially by the XRP army. So again, listen, guys, I didn't know you guys were going to take it so seriously. Maybe I'll have to start. Maybe I'll have to start streaming behind a VPN again. Now, anyways, not to be pointing any fingers. Let's close this. Let's make sure we get everything back up and running. Sorry about the restart, guys. And we'll get right back into where we left off. Wally, thank you so much for the $20. My good friend, highly appreciated the love. He says, go buy yourself some altcoins and then wait for them to grow and then buy a second internet connection. So not the internet connection whatsoever. We do have the very highly reliable Fiverr. Shout out to my ISP. I absolutely love you guys, as well as my agent. He's a fantastic dude. That was weird. We did some BIOS updates recently on the streaming machine, and I don't want to say we've had some issues, but definitely need some tinkering left to be done. So sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's pick up from where we left off. We were talking about XRP. So I apologize for if you are watching this video after it's been published live. You are watching the beginning of the second half of a live stream that was cut off due to probably the regulators. The SEC and the CFTC and FinCEN were like, whoa, buddy, not on my watch. So you're going to have to go back and watch the first half of the video, which is going to be available on our YouTube channel. If you guys are continuing over from your previous live footage, then you guys won't miss a beat. So we'll just kick right back off where we left off. We'll just kick right back where we left off, talking about XRP. And to do that, let's head over into the news scene. All right. And here we are, back in the news scene. So we're going to just pick right back up with the third paragraph, with the third idea here, which is, so what we're talking about is potential reasons why XRP will never reach $1 again, or why it will never surpass the $1 valuation. We already went over XRP will never recover against BTC because there are not enough people that value XRP over BTC. The other is selling pressure. We have the continual overhang of supply. There's just too much supply to bring XRP's price up in a significant fashion. And the third one is not a robust enough use case. Now, Ripple has been careful about disclosing the facts behind the real necessity of the XRP token itself. As I've said many times, it doesn't matter whether we're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, XRP, or any other token. You're not investing in a company. So partnerships or development or technological progress, none of those things matter. Fundamentally, they can to the price of a token, but you are acting as a speculator. The token economics, or excuse me, so let's just stay away from token economics for a second. You are speculating when you purchase an altcoin that other people will want to buy it as well and hold it. The only thing that matters is token economics. So token economics refers to, are the economics of the token or the ecosystem of the project themselves conducive to actually incentivizing people to buy and hold the token for beyond speculation? So beyond speculation, beyond individuals buying the token as speculators that the price of the token will increase, does the economy of the project itself, of the cryptocurrency, of the blockchain, conduce an environment where holding on to the token is desired? And if accumulating the token is desired outside of speculation or outside of price, then it is possible for the value to go up. You have a good fundamental bias that the price will go up because you are buying into good, strong token economics. Unfortunately, most cryptocurrencies do not have good token economics, and all they have is speculation about the value of the asset. The only other people that are buying the asset are other people that are speculating that the price will go up, or developers themselves. And generally what we've seen, especially with Ethereum projects, is individuals selling their ICO Ethereum. So we have to talk about, Ripple hasn't come forth with a very clear plan as to why the XRP token has good economics in the first place. The RippleNet ecosystem is built so that it can handle transactions without using XRP, neither for payment or as a carrying vehicle. So therefore, this puts a dent in the hopes of banks and other institutions creating a demand in the token in order to facilitate international or transactional activity on the network. It's actually not necessary for these institutions to have the token whatsoever. And this is probably the biggest fly in the ointment for the biggest idea here, the biggest idea that I hear thrown around by XRP investors as to why the token will increase dramatically in price, because they say that banks and institutions will have to buy up the token to participate in the Ripple network. And actually, that's just not true. In fact, the entire ecosystem has been built to bypass the token in the first place. And when asked about this, everyone from Ripple that I've heard has declined to comment on this fact. Now, critics claim XRP will likely only be used by its diehard fan base, and its price would be set based on speculations on a handful of exchanges, which is exactly what you get when you don't have strong token economics or a lot of investor demand. You have nothing but speculation. Now, unfortunately, even with daily trade volume above 1.66 billion, but again, that's coming from wash exchanges as well, in the past 24 hours, the token does appear to be losing much of its appeal as we continue to progress through 2019. And a jump to $1 just does not seem to be in the cards for XRP from a fundamental basis. So let me know what you guys think. I know there's going to be a lot of people that vehemently disagree with this. There's going to be a lot of people that vehemently agree with this. But I'm just interested to have your thoughts in the comment section down below and have an open, honest conversation about this as to what you guys actually think about the situation. Mud says, I love this show. I want to support it. Is that X42 address to donate still valid? It is, man. Thank you so much for the love and for the support, my good friend. The X42 address is valid to donate to. We do support X42. Wally noticed the 12 Rules for Life book on the desk. Good sign. Rule 13, dollar cost average. I was hacked by XRPers. Oh, man. I would check. I don't know visually because that's a public address, so it's very hard to memorize public addresses. I would just double check on the website. The one that's on the website is correct, Mud, for sure, brother. Cryptonomics, thank you so much for the welcome back. Old Salty Dog says 10,000 XRP endgame. If it's possible, Justin, to do some analysis for the next months on the Dixie, because it looks like it can fall out of the channel. I know you don't like channels, and so making the SPY skyrocket. Thanks, man. No problem. XRP needs to do a reverse split. I'm serious. It makes sense. What are my thoughts on MMT? I don't actually have any thoughts at this point in time. Old Salty Dog. Do I think that XRP will ever hit $50 or $100? Like $50 or $100 USD? No, I do not. I do not think that XRP, again, because I don't think that that XRP has good token economics. Now, it is possible that XRP's price can spike up to its all-time high or higher, because we do have and have had in cryptocurrency speculative bubbles. We saw one in 2014. We saw one in 2017. We've seen them in altcoins at the very beginning of 2018 for the most part, as soon as Bitcoin tanked off. So is it possible that speculator frenzy can push price up that high? Absolutely, which makes it a fantastic trade. But based on the fundamentals of XRP that I've studied and that I understand, I do not see the fundamentals or the token economics in the XRP token, i.e., I don't think that from a fundamental case, it has any chance of achieving sustainable higher prices, unless something significantly changes. Something could significantly change. But the way that I see the market right now, I see XRP, as with most altcoins, unfortunately, as pure speculation and run by speculation and based on speculation. And I think that, the problem here is, again, just kind of holding on to losers. And again, that's not to say that if people believe in XRP's fundamentals, I think that they're bad or dumb or stupid or anything like that. No, we just disagree, and that's absolutely fine. This is an open market. We should be able to disagree. That's just my opinion. Yours might be wrong. And the way that speculation works is, if you're right, you are rewarded with profit by taking something right now that the market and the general populace considers unvaluable, and you time travel into the future with that asset in hand. and you deliver it to a more willing and open-minded market. And you are rewarded for your speculatory activity in the form of profit, in the difference of what you purchased and the difference in what you sold. But again, the purpose of speculation as opposed to investment is to eventually sell at some point in time, whereas an investor is buying quality and value and looking to hold that pretty much forever. Paolo and Vinny, thanks so much for the subs over there on YouTube, my good friends. Okay. Now, our last story of the day, before we get on out of here. Now, let's talk about Circle. So, unfortunately, Circle is the latest victim of the SEC foot dragging as it continues to shrink, abandoning many of its original ambitions to build a holistic, world-class cryptocurrency company, as regulatory uncertainty continues to undermine both their business model and the asset class as a whole, as we see. So Circle is based in Boston, which began as a peer-to-peer payments technology company back in 2013. And for a long time, it seemed to be on an absolute roll. Early days of Polo Traders, shout out, what's up, boys? You know who I'm talking to. It purchased the Binance Exchange in early 2018 for $400 million with the aim of bolstering the exchange's customer service applications. And Binance was one of the better exchanges to trade on for a very long time, especially in the United States. And, you know, obviously we know that Binance was notoriously overwhelmed during the 2017 crypto bubble. Now, as founders of Circle, Sean Neville and Jeremy Allaire said in a blog statement, quote, "You can expect Circle to address customer support and scale risk, compliance, and technical operations to bolster the existing product, Binance, and platform." Now, that was roughly 3 years after Goldman Sachs led a funding round for the company, this is Circle, for 50 million smackaroos. 6 months later, Circle became the first company to obtain a BIT license from the New York Department of Financial Services, the first company ever to accomplish that task. Crowdfunding platform Seed Invest was acquired by Circle in October of 2018 in a bid to expand Circle's vertical fintech infrastructure. That followed a BitMain-led funding round of $100 million in May of 2018. In that same month, it launched their USD coin, USDC, a stable coin pegged to the dollar that would be fully backed by fiat deposits, supported by monthly statements by auditing firm Grant Thornton LLP. Again, contrast that with Tether, which may or may not have the money. We have no idea. The USDC currently has a market cap just shy of $500 million and is a top 30 cryptocurrency by that measure. Now, there are 8 times more Tether tokens than USD coins, but it is the second largest stablecoin in the market, double the size of third place Paxos. Now, beginning with the announcement in June this year that Circle would discontinue Circle Pay, which was its fiat and crypto payments app and was a result of it investing in Seed Invest, which we just mentioned. They were trying to build out their fintech infrastructure. The company nevertheless pledged their commitment to, quote, create a new global crypto financial services for people to store and create value, earn money, and make payments in a seamless way through new wallet services in Circle products, trying to build this entire beautiful, lovely ecosystem that everybody strives for. Now, fast forward to today. Citing Bermuda's, quote, rapid innovation in digital asset businesses and crypto with an exceptionally well-designed and comprehensive regulatory framework, the Digital Assets Business Act of 2018, the company announced only a month later that it would be opening a Bermudian subsidiary. Circle would service all non-US customers from that subsidiary. And the blog post echoed co-founder Jeremy Allaire's July 2019 to Congress that, quote, in the United States, regulatory uncertainty and the application of laws that do not contemplate digital assets has led to the loss of significant opportunity. The Securities and Exchange Commission, for example, is forced to apply federal laws written in the 20th century to technologies created in the 21st. The results of the uncertain and restrictive regulatory environment has led many digital asset projects and companies to domiciles outside of the United States. So just a moment of silence, guys. You know what I really wish that I had? I'm actually going to see if I can't get it here real quick. Hold on just a second. Here we go. This one will work. Just a second. All right, so let's head back into the live scene here real quick. And I just want to have a moment of silence. A moment of silence for Circle and Poloniex. You know, they were with us through the thick, the thin, the 2017, the 2016, the 2018. But on over to Bermuda, and where they go from here is quite uncertain. So just a moment of silence, guys. In the arms of the angels, fly away from here. All right. I have to get me a nice little audio loop for that. Anyways, moving right along. All right, so we've got some requests for MMT. Gui wanted me to look at the Dixie. Twist one for Poloniex. Okay, so we're back here in the live scene. Bitcoin did confirm that short on the 1 hour close, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Again, confirming on an up candle for a short position. Currently up about 0.18%. And those targets would still be the same. On the closure of this candle, we would have been looking at 81.63, 81.15, and 80.66. Active intraday short. So let's look at the Dixie first. No, I don't want to look at it on TVC. Like I say much. Thank you, Nice Hash. All right, so let me go back up here and see what. So the first thing I want to see is, what is this channel that you speak of? Oh, this weekly channel? It's just a pullback, bro. All right, so I don't have any comments on whether it's going to bounce here. Generally, once you notice that a pattern exists, the market tends to take that pattern and shove it in your face and take price the other way. And, you know, kind of when we're talking about the Dixie, again, very similar to Forex markets. I mean, there's a lot of manipulation here. So they're going to take price whichever way they want, depending on the asset they're trading. Of course, you have to look at the individual assets. So I don't want to do too much fundamentally on the dollar index. Obviously, your thesis is that, so instead of doing analysis on the Dixie, which honestly, to be quite honest with you, is not really something that I do or not my area of expertise at the moment in time. You know, instead of doing that, I think I'm just going to go towards your idea, which is that it is my fundamental opinion that stocks represent a fantastic buying opportunity right now. I think that the indexes, so something like the SPY, the Dow, the Russell, I think that they represent fantastic buying opportunities. I would prefer to purchase individual stocks. I think that you're going to get more volatility that way. Of course, indexes aren't bad, but we have some significant global problems and global negative yielding interest rates that are going to push funds further and further and further into higher risk yielding assets just to not lose yield every year to inflation. Because holding bonds and holding these safer investments simply aren't going to be returning yield and are proactively going to be losing investors' money. And we're going to see more and more and more of that money flow in and flow in and flow in. There's also the reality of the Trump tax cuts. So there is a significant portion of capital from real estate investors that bought real estate in the dips of 2008, 2009, and they are utilizing this opportunity to largely exit real estate positions that they've held for the last decade, and they need to stick that money somewhere. Now, normally they would stick that money in bonds, but they can't stick that money in bonds. They're going to have to stick it into the market. So you're talking about massive capital flow back into the equities markets. I don't see a massive bubble. I don't think that equities are overheated at this point in time. I think that they are bullish. I think they are high in price, and I think they're going to continue to valuate in price. I don't think that we're going to have a financial crisis that is imminent. I think that we're going to have a financial crisis, a bad one, in 3 years plus, maybe 5 years. But that still gives a lot of opportunity for equities markets to do a lot of movement between here and there. So I'm fundamentally bullish on the equities markets, and I am fundamentally bearish on the United States dollar. However, again, I think that we could see a massive spike in the United States dollar strength in the short term. I think that the dollar would collapse before the equity markets collapse, because again, we're going to see individuals, because of political instability, because of global uncertainty, because of negative interest rates, begin to move their funds more and more and more into the United States dollar. That is a more tricky subject. And again, that's making very pronounced long-term predictions about the market or about the world. And again, I don't think that those are largely possible, because just like, you know, gold bugs have been crying and screaming and yelling for, you know, the dollar to collapse and for gold to soar to, you know, over fucking 16,000 for my entire life. And, you know, if you scream at the sky long enough, you will eventually be right. And that's not to say that gold hasn't been a great investment. I have gold, I have silver, but I'm just not, I'm not with them insofar as, you know, because of any like event. Like, it doesn't really matter what happens. You know, things, you can piece all the pieces together, but it takes that one stab. You never know when that stab's going to come. So the best thing that you can do is protect yourself by diversifying. But I do share your fundamental belief that we are going to see a gross inflation of prices in the equity markets. Yes. Song request: Boston's 1986 crypto hit, Accrue the Engine. Accrue the Engine. Okay, I got you. Accrue the Engine. Oh, man. Unfortunately, man, I don't know that tool right off the top of my head. I don't know that tune right off the top of my head. The only tune that I can think of that comes to my head immediately from Boston is More Than a Feeling. I think there's probably another one. Doesn't Boston have a song about like they got like a love song, right? Or maybe that's Chicago. Okay, sail away. Feeling satisfied. Living for you. Peace of mind, of course. And more than a feeling, yeah. You gotta tell me what to put that tune to, and maybe I'll do it up for you, brother. But I can do Witchy Woman all day long. Oh, it's 201. Snap, man. Thoughts on McAfee's BTC prediction? Dude's gonna eat his own dick. Let's see. Cool the engines. All right. We did look at Litecoin earlier. And agency, remind me tomorrow and I will take a look at MMT for you, brother. But guys, I got a lot to do. I got some appointments coming up here and I've got people waiting on me. So let's slide over here, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another exciting episode of Breaking Bitcoin. Of course, I have been your host, Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at crackingcryptocurrency.com. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Prepare yourself for the end of show cannonball that is coming right at you right now. Make sure, if you guys want to stay in touch with the community, with what we're doing, that you do a couple things, man. You can head on over to Twitter and give us a follow, tw.crackingcryptocurrency.com, link in the description. But the most important thing that you should do is join the Discord. That's where we do things, discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Again, link is in the description. If you have enjoyed the content and you'd like to support the show, if you're watching on YouTube, there are a couple things you can do. You can hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and the notification bell, because YouTube does not like crypto YouTubers, and we are live every single day. You don't want to miss a moment, so hitting that notification bell is going to help, and the thumbs up obviously helps us with the YouTube algorithmic gods. It helps out more than you could possibly think. And leave a comment down below, because question of the day is, what do you guys think about XRP? Do you guys think that it will see plus $1 valuations, or is it pretty much where it's going to be for the rest of all time and it's just going to zombie trade? That being said, if you leave a comment down below, you will be entered in your chance to win crypto, because we give away crypto every single day on this channel. Second, San Francisco Blockchain Week is a week away. If you want to attend, make sure to let us know, because we are going to be doing a Cracking Cryptocurrency meetup, guys. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get some food, buy you guys a couple pints. Just come on out. Let us know. Get a hold of us in the Discord if you are going to be attending. And if you are still on the fence, how about 15% off your tickets? How's that sound? There is a link down in the description below that will take you there. It is Cracking Stars. I don't know why it says Cracking Stars, but it does. Finally, if you are a new, experienced, or aspiring trader, you would like to learn how we trade, make sure to head over to the banner at the top or the link in the description to learn everything that the Premium Trading Group can offer for you in your quest to push your skills to the next level. I've been Justin Wise, guys. I hope you guys trade absolutely safely. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Hop in the Discord to keep up with what's going on this evening as we continue to track Bitcoin's price and take our trades, as well as look at altcoins. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow, same crypto network, at noon Central Daylight Time, as we are keen to do. Be good, guys. Peace out.